Hey, what's going on YouTube? Good afternoon. It's August 4th, 2024, and it's Sunday. So if you are joining me on this last day of the weekend before the very next weekday, I thank you. I really do appreciate it. Um, Not going to put too much time and effort into any introduction news. I don't have anything going on my end that I'd like to talk about this early on. So just let you know that you are appreciated. So without further ado, um, I will be speaking with Isaac Fox of Astral Ticket, who is going to be walking through the Kickstarter campaign for Foxxy Vacations 2024. So not going to give too much time. Bam, there's Isaac Fox. What's going on, man?
Hey, Chris, thank you for having me, man. How are you today?
I'm fantastic. I I would like to say the same for a lot of people around me, but no. Um, so while I'm getting this pulled up, there will be people who will watch this later, and then they'll kind of wonder about who you are. So if you just want to do like a quick introduction for who you are.
Yeah, sure thing. My name is Isaac Fox. I'm the founder of Astral Ticket Comics. I'm also the lead writer on the series of Cremisi, Pure Intent, Foxxy Vacations, Succubus, our current most popular series, and a new series coming out next year titled The Manticore. Along with another one I'm working on, but it's a slower process. It's not a high priority story, but I'm looking forward to it.
All right, and uh, he won't. Isaac won't say it, but predominantly one of the greatest creators of our time.
Nah, I wish. I think the only people tell me I'm good, and I don't know if I believe that or not, because imposter syndrome is a thing. But
Oh, you.
my entire mentality going into comics is that I'm not trying to win an Eisner. I'm not trying to be the next, Alan Moore or Tom King. I think that comics as a genre have forgotten that comic books are supposed to be fun. So what I'm trying to do is just make comics that are enjoyable. Hopefully, the characters can be relatable and maybe even inspiring for some people. Characters that face things like, not so much in Foxy Vacations, but in other stories, face more real threats like PTSD, alcoholism, depression, things like that. Foxy Vacations, though, is not that book. This is nothing but sunshine and happiness and butts and boobs
Yeah,
to make your day better.
it sure as hell does. I had to go get my copy myself. So on
Thank
the
you.
screen, if I can divert people's eyes to the only thing that's on your screen right now, this is the Kickstarter page for Foxy Vacations. I looked at this about 5 times, and I don't have a great memory. Um, I
Dude,
think
don't feel
it
bad.
might be YouTube friendly.
Don't feel bad. I looked at about 500 hours and I don't remember half things that are on it.
Oh, perfect. Okay,
I
so
always feel
so
bad. People are like, oh, what's the plan for this on the Kickstarter? I'm like, I don't know. What's this? I don't know. I don't know.
okay,
I make a document that literally tells me what to do throughout a campaign because I'm just not going to remember. It's just not going to, there's just way too many things that I'm trying to keep track of at once. Uh, and I'm not trying to say, like, oh, I have so much going on. No, it's not that. It's that I'm one person and it's a lot for one
right.
person to keep track of.
So looking at the campaign, this launched a couple days ago,
Yes, sir.
and it's already been funded. They always get funded first day. Big events going on here. Um,
Well, the
4,200.
funding goal admittedly is just the cost of producing the like, just the cost of what it cost me and, like, all materials to make the comic itself.
Right.
So going over that is always nice because it helps us actually make the physical books a little more little better.
And you went over it about, I want to say, what's that, 300,000,
I
300%.
wish. Well, actually, if I wouldn't know what to do. We've
Oh
gone over it
shit.
for sure. This has definitely been, slower than our normal than what I'm used to in the last couple of years. Um But I don't think I've a lot of creators that I've talked to now are telling me they're also noticing it's slower, and I've also seen the big boys aren't pulling what they normally pull. The big boys that pull like six figures a run aren't
they're
pulling
all they're all
quite.
going down.
Well, I wouldn't say they're struggling; they're doing really good still. But for them, they're not doing the usual benchmark that they do. And I don't think that's anybody's fault. I think right now we're just, especially in America, we're in kind of a hold on tight kind of moment.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No.
So
My last campaign did the same thing. So
yeah,
I feel it.
everybody's telling me that this year has been like that. I'm like, yeah, I think we're kind of factors that are not anybody's fault within the comic community. We're definitely, I think we're in a kind of like going down a rapids on a tube. You're just holding on for dear life for now to see if you can't get to the calm water at the end of the river.
Well, it's also that crazy election year.
That's what I
And
mean. That's exactly
oh
what I'm
yeah,
talking
okay.
about. That's my entire point. Is like,
He wasn't gonna say it, but I'll
yeah,
say it.
we had planned on putting out Pure Intent #3, coupled with Mistress Azumi's Adult Lessons #3, probably either around October or November. And I'm now debating on pushing it to January solely because of the election.
I didn't even think of that shit.
That
Damn it.
might not be the best time. People might be kind of focused on other things. There's probably going to be a lot of stress and tumultuous things going on. So let's just go ahead and my mind right now is like, let's pull that back and just wait a little bit till people are more and
Well,
less
yeah,
distracted by the
but the
insanity going
plus
on.
side is that you might actually ease people during these times, and they might come to you for salvation.
I would like to be able to help people out. That's part of the goal. It's one of the main reasons why I left what I used to do for a living. I had a pretty good job, but I left that to start Astral Ticket to run it full time. Um, in part because I noticed that everybody's unhappy, and especially
Hmm.
in a work environment, in an office, it sucks. And just you don't really hear a lot of positivity coming from anywhere anymore. It's a constant bombardment of negativity across every field nowadays, and I just don't like that, and I don't think people deserve that.
Right.
So, the old phrase is, "You don't like something, do it yourself," right? So
That's
that's what I did.
true.
So my hope is that I can help people feel a little bit better about their day, or even if it's through momentary escapism, then is whatever. Or if we can do that, that's great. Not only that, but I started the company because I didn't like how companies, especially in America, treat our employees. It's like, I'm going to do that. I don't want to. I'm going to do that better. I don't like how they treat people. I got tired of listening to some jerk behind a desk push his ideologies on me all day, and me not be able to do anything about it. Like, this isn't fair. I'm not. I would never do this to my employees.
This is why you're one of the best. Um,
I wish.
so
I'm trying.
I've had this up, and even though there are black and white words, if you could do a small summary of what Foxy Vacations is.
Full page, naughty pinups, girls from across our comics. You don't have to have read those comics to appreciate the artwork.
Okay,
Cosplay
so
pinups,
it's
super
not
sexy,
like
done
a
by artists from all over the world. 6 comic pages that are just silly, edgy action. Turn your brain off, put your feet up, enjoy the cuties, and have a good day.
so it's not a story. It's just like it's just a pinup book. Well, no, there's 6 pages comics, but then there's
Right, but
also pinups.
it's not a canon story. It's not taking you anywhere. The story is just for the story is just for the humor value.
Got you.
Uh, it's not It's not an example of my writing from other stories. This is just, hey, you guys liked Izumi and Brooke and Benedita and our mascot girls. We're gonna throw them in these zany situations that involve their clothes coming off. Enjoy, please.
No, you're definitely
This
gonna
is for
help
the
us out.
cultured fellow to just sit back and enjoy.
Oh,
That
you
graphic is
know
accurate, by the way. All of our stuff is made by humans. We don't use any AI. Our
that.
AI
Yeah.
artwork has no business here. So we are nothing but, especially this book, because this is a pinup book and it's artists. Most of the artists that are on this are not from within my team. They're external artists. They all have dedicated their lives to their craft, and it shows.
Who did I never asked you earlier, but do you know who did the art for this piece right
Yes.
here?
Nox Kuro did that one.
Okay, and
Nox
I
works
now
with us.
remember you. I think you told me that too. I'm so
Yeah,
damn
Nox
young.
is great. He works with us a lot. We have him on another assignment now, actually. uh, he does a lot of cover work for us. He's done stuff for several Succubusteds. We usually don't. He's one of the artists that we don't do a campaign without. He's definitely on our list of like, hey, if we have a campaign, grab this guy. He's doing a cover with us.
I
That
gotta remember which what his Twitter was.
Nox Kuro, I think. Noxuro. He's a fantastic artist. If you guys look him up, just a heads up, most of his stuff is NSFW. So if you're at work, don't look at it while you're at work. Or do. I'm not your edit work admin.
I won't tell you what to do. So this is actually should have been your like prime whatnot because like when you first told me about this book, this is exactly what I thought. I was like, okay, cool. So it'll just be like a swimsuit pinup book, and then boom, they're just right there. But
I changed those graphics a little bit solely because I had a backer message me one time asking if the Street Fighter book, or in this case it was Zenoscope, does their swimsuit specials for their girls. Asked me if that was if the Zenoscope one came with my book. And I was like, I don't know how you interpreted that, but no, I don't own that. I'm just saying that if you like these kind of books, this is in the similar vein, and you will very much enjoy it. It's kind of like saying, hey, if you like a burger, you'll like a bacon burger. Kind of similar idea.
So do I get both? Yeah,
I don't. I'm afraid I don't have any official affiliations with Zenoscope, so I can't do that legally. I'm sorry.
That sucks. No, I've gotten those too. Oh,
The thing that terrified me was right when we were putting this book together. Suddenly, the indie comic industry had, I think, somebody, without getting too deep into it, somebody did a cosplay cover of Lady Death without Mr. Polito's permission.
Oh yeah.
And there's kind of a golden rule of like you don't homage other indies unless they say it's okay. Mainstream doesn't care because they're already, you're not taking money away from Warner Brothers by putting your characters in a Scooby-Doo cosplay. They don't care.
Yeah.
And I was like, that whole controversy happened as I was putting this book together for Kickstarter. And I was just like, oh, this is bad timing. Come on. Like, then it became this whole thing about like, is our cosplays okay for indie comics? I'm like, I literally just made an entire book built around this concept. Do not be asking this question right now.
Bring light to this after the campaign.
Yeah, like come on, guys. Well, this timing is terrible. Luckily, we mostly cosplay our characters from video games or manga or anime. All big mainstream big boy stuff that is never going to even care that we exist because we don't compete with them in any fashion. I can't compete with Crunchyroll in any way, so they're not going to care unless Bezos decides to come in here and drop a fat check. They're not going to bother me.
Right.
We'll say that graphic works now. We apparently had a glitch on it for a few days and I had to fix it. If you click that will take you to a completely free sample of all of our series from Promisi to Pure Intent. Yes, sir. Everything we make. We put together a nice little sample book for everybody to go through. The sample book is censored for the naughty pages that it does contain. That is because the sample book is a free download. Therefore, we cannot control who downloads it. It can be anybody. So a person under the age of 18 could absolutely get on Kickstarter and download that. And we've censored it for safety.
Which is pretty smart.
Yeah, we don't want to get in trouble for that.
So guys, I did put the Kickstarter link in the bio of this live. So if you want to check this out, definitely put that link in your URL and come here. And while you're here, back the book. We are here to get backers. I know that Isaac is funded and overfunded. It definitely
still stretch goals though.
Yes, yeah.
Have more to hit.
Besides stretch goals, you also just want to get a good book. I highly recommend anything that Isaac's team does. So definitely.
We actually have, I forget where it's at on this campaign. It might be above where you are now, but there's a thing on there that talks about if you don't know if you want to check out our work or not, and you're hesitant, like, this guy really like all this. We have a link on here. You can actually go to all of our previous campaigns right there, actually. Oh. And you can click on that link and that will take you to our previous campaigns and you can go through the comments on those. And if you aren't sure, because have a Kickstarter's fight is proving to someone that you will deliver what you promise you deliver, since so many projects fail to do that. We invite everybody to click on that and go look at our previous campaigns. And you will see that through the 13 other campaigns that we have done, well, I guess it's number 13, 12, that we've always kept our word and that we've had nothing but positive reviews and comments from backers. If something comes in damaged, we ask for a photo of it. If we can, once we look at it and go, okay, yeah, we'll replace it. No questions asked, no problems. We'll take care of you every time. We pride ourselves on taking care of our backers of the highest, making them our highest priority. And we will continue doing that as long as I'm alive for the next 6 minutes.
Hold on, I'm gonna see if I can figure out all of these cameos. So this one's Ivy from Soul Calibur.
I don't say what they are on the campaign page. On the very, very slim chance that a lawyer comes by and is like, "What is this?" I'm like,
Okay.
well,
then
no,
okay,
Ivy
now
doesn't
what do we
have.
say?
Ivy's not a demon. She doesn't have a tail and all that, sir. That's not what you're
Oh,
talking about. She doesn't have a tattoo on her lower belly. Like, come
you're
on.
almost there, but I'll have to accept it. I don't know who that one is.
What is
These are just the certain like
interior
page
pinups?
pinups. Okay.
Yes, these are the interior pinups. So we have the Ivy one there. That's one of the daughters from Resident Evil, RE8 Village,
Okay.
which was a great game. That was done by Greg Bill Watson, who used to work for Zenoscope, and he used to draw their Alice in Wonderland comic. So he drew our Alice as Alice in Wonderland.
Ooh, what a circle back.
That would be Bleach. So Kisuke Urahara and Yoruichi, as we're all big fans of Yoruichi here.
I do like Yoruichi. That's Sailor
Venus. Great. Sailor Venus. That was Azumi's idea. She wanted to cosplay that one a lot, so we finally got a chance to do that. We've been waiting on it for years to give her a Sailor Venus cosplay. And those of you who are angry about Firefly, like I am, because that show was better than it got treated as, we have Shay over there in Captain Reynolds' outfit. And that one had to be censored because of Kickstarter may not have appreciated it.
No, I can't wait to get the book.
The Metro from Overwatch, and then what is her name? The tiny
from One Punch Man.
Yes, the tiny One Punch Man.
I just played the game like 4 days ago, and I can't remember her name either because I have her power sets.
What's gonna happen? And if anybody's younger, you're gonna get ready for this. You're gonna hit a point. You've seen so many anime that all of the names now blend together, and outside of a handful of really memorable ones, you can't remember anybody's name anymore. Like Goku, and that's gonna be as far as you're gonna remember.
Oh yeah,
that's the names of everyone who's contributed to this book, line art, colorists, any of that. It's most of them are not within our internal team. They are mostly guests.
I'm trying to see. I think you put my name very small here. It's not zooming in.
I can if you want. I can go back and edit the graphic.
Oh no. I didn't do anything.
These things take. The thing about a Kickstarter page is it's always like it's depressing at the same time, like it's like a sad joy because the page itself is about a month of my life of just sitting here making graphics, putting it together, making sure everything looks good, running it by some test groups, making sure things read right, making sure the grammar's right. Like this takes forever. Going through there, making sure that you priced everything the way it's supposed to be priced. Like, oh man, this takes forever.
That's where your Discord photo came from.
Yeah, that's that was Mitsu Blinger's idea to make the fox a representation of me. So yeah. he's missing this call with my logo on it. I just now realized that. Oh well. But yeah, I thought the oh no was hilarious. His face. Oh no.
It is.
Kind of like channeling some I think it's Joseph Joestar energy right there. Where he just says random things in English and things go bad, like, oh no. I love JoJo, so
I should go back and go watch that again. This is the cover gallery.
Yes, sir. We have Scooby-Doo, Daphne and Velma. We have, I want to say that is Raiden Shogun from Genshin. I don't own Benny, the chubby bunny girl right there. She's property of Mitsu Blinger. That's her mascot, so I don't get to choose that. But I think that's what it is. Brooke is, that was pretty obvious. It's Chun-Li.
No, this is not Chun-Li. This is Juri.
We did. Zumi had a jury one last run we did.
Yeah, she did. No, I'm trying to get someone fired up in the comments.
This is this one right here. I wanted to do Shantae, but I don't know if Shantae counts as indie or not, and I can't find enough information to say if she counts as mainstream or indie.
She's indie.
If she's indie, then I can't. That's what I was like. I think she might be, so I can't cosplay Shantae. I want to put them in genie outfits. Let's go ahead and just make some sexualized I Dream of Genie cosplays instead.
No, either which way it's a win.
Well, yeah, I might be dating myself a little bit here with how old that is. That show was old when I was a kid, so whatever, we're fine. Bleach and Sailor Moon. Well, in that case, Yoruichi and Sailor Venus. We'll say Cover K, that's one of our most popular this time. This one, I've never come out and said what these cosplays are. If you know, then you know. Because they're from rather famous or infamous, depending how you feel, hentai content. I'm not saying what their outfits are, but if you know, you're a person of culture and you're in the right place.
We're not shaming you. we are thrilled if
I
you
just know
do
what it
know.
is. I mean, that doesn't mean I watched. I just know what it is. That one you mentioned, Nox. That's also Nox Kuro's cover there for Azumi. We've had that one for like 2 years sitting in the vault waiting to use it. Anytime we go to a Kickstarter, I've probably been planning that Kickstarter and working on that comic for over a year. We're planned out for the next 2 to 3 years of campaigns. That one again is Yoruichi. There's a with the 1,000-Year Blood War coming from Bleach. There's a panel from the manga we're all waiting to see animated, where it's Yoruichi's like just like that without any clothing, but electricity on her. So we're waiting for that to get animated. Come on, Bleach, want to see it? So Tezzy8 was kind enough to work with us to put Renee in said pose.
So I was very mad about this cover because I told you a while back which one I wanted, and I did not see like this one coming. So when I got to the campaign, I was like, oh, now I have to make a choice. I had a choice prior. Now I got to sit down and think about this.
And this is one reason why we don't charge as much on covers as other creators do, because I never want people to have to make that choice like that. I want you to be able to get I want you to be able to have your cake and eat it too. In this case, there's a lot of cake on that cover. We want you to get that cake.
I might have to go back and add it.
That's actually my favorite one from this run, but I got a soft spot for Renee, so
yeah, you know what? Fuck it. After the stream's over, I'll go back and add it because I'm looking at it now because I was like, you know what? Let me just get what I wanted and never look at it again until we do the live stream. And now I'm looking at it right now and I'm like, oh, I need that shit. So
it's also available. That same pose for Renee is also a standee we offer this time. We upped our standee game a good bit.
So I'll wait till we get to the point because there's a question I wanted to ask you. It was a choice you made on this campaign, and I didn't know if you didn't see it or you did it like intentionally. So I'll wait till we get there. But it
I probably didn't see it.
Okay, well then I will bring it up. It's not bad because I ended up getting it.
I've gotten questions before on stuff like, "Oh, you must be a really big fan of this thing, right? This character like this," and I'm like, "I have no idea what that thing is. I've never heard of it, but yeah, sure, I have no idea."
This was definitely Batman.
Oh well, yeah, we do a thing called the Backer's Choice cover, where backers who back it's a limited cover, and the backers who back it get to vote on the character who's going to be on it and then the cosplay they're going to wear. And one that won from I think Sucky Busted #2 was Rita as Batgirl. So we're like, well, and it turned out Mitsu Blinger did such a good job with that cover and that costume design. We got to bring that back. So Miss Henpai was kind enough to come in for us and bring that back. So now we have Azumi as Harley Quinn, and she has captured Batgirl for some antics. Left of that, Lena Dai did the Alice there from Kermesi, but that is a cosplay of Mount Lady from My Hero Academia. And again, we changed some things in the outfit so we don't get in trouble. Those are two of the lewdest covers I've ever greenlit in anything we've ever done. Cover T is no longer available. That was an early bird special kind of deal. The reason that was no longer available is it's hard to see here, but if you look at Brooke, the girl on her knees, there's lips. There's some moisture. There will be a dry version of that coming later. They'll be a little different, but yeah, that's the thing we did. It's got a Wonder Woman cosplay, and then Brooke is in what is her name? Makoto from Blaze Blue, aka Underboob Squirrel. In cover G, there, I'm amazed. It's been one of our more popular covers. I'm really surprised it's been as popular as it has been. This is our first time ever using male nudity on a cover. That character, this is his first ever appearance. He will be a main character added to the next arc of Suck You Busted. That is Rhoda. He is Rita's twin brother. Shockingly, I've had a couple people who didn't know that was a male. So I want to clarify to everybody that is a guy, and he's very happy to see you.
Could you not tell from the symbol here?
The symbol and then the description for it calls him an incubus, and this is his first appearance.
Like, well, a lot of them think incubus is like that band.
True. Yeah, you got a point. It's the actual like Latin roots of the words are different. It means I think succubus is to lie under and incubus is to lie above, but we have interpreted as succubi are the female lust demons and incubi are the male lust demons. And if you are concerned about the sexuality of any of them, they are lust demons. Their sexuality is yes. They may have preferences, but I think it's safe to say that lust demons would be universally bisexual.
Right. So here's where that question comes in at from earlier. I normally get digitals because I can't put these on my shelves,
That is totally fair.
but I didn't. So I think one of them said that not all the covers are added on the digital tier.
So the digital basic is just the A cover. That's all it is. You don't get any
Yeah.
stretch goals. You only get the A cover as a digital
So
download.
is there
Now
another digital one?
yes, there is. It's a $30 tier, so you're a little bit further. There's
Oh,
digital deluxe
$30.
that includes. I forget how many exactly, but it's a handful of yeah. That's right there.
Right there.
That includes A, B, D, I, F, and M. Those are the only covers it comes with, which is mostly naughty. So basically, the A cover is the only non-naughty you get out of that batch.
Okay.
G is totally by itself.
I Yeah. So I was like, okay, maybe he forgot to put G, but
No,
I'll just buy G now and I'll come back and ask him later.
G is a solo one in its own tier because of the fact that I wasn't sure how people would respond to a full frontal nude male character, especially a male that is definitely more on the effeminate side. He's not like a big burly beefed up muscle dude. He's just
No.
small, and there's a reason he's in an Astolfo cosplay.
All right. So
So I
I'm
wasn't sure how
gonna
that would do. So I was like, okay, what we'll do is we'll make his own tier. One, it makes information easier to track for as far as how popular was the cover.
yeah.
And also it means that if someone out there is not into that kind of content, which is totally fair, it's not for everybody, then you want
They
to get
won't
one of
get
the
added.
bundles. You don't have to get that with it.
Okay.
That's the one that some people may not particularly enjoy full frontal male nudity, as let's face it, most backers are probably going to be not into that, and that's okay.
Ooh.
I tried to make sure that nobody felt like they were forced into anything or felt discriminated against or separated out. Like, okay, here it is. If you want it, you can get it. It's actually one of our cheapest covers. I think it's $15.
Yeah. It
And if you
is.
don't, but if you want to get one of the bundles, it's just the ladies, you can do that. You don't have to worry about it. We got you.
All right. So what I'll do, because I want I want the other one too. So I'll go back and get them both. I'll
I'm a big
just
fan of
slide
both.
this one away somewhere else so that nobody can get it.
I'm actually going to frame that one for my wall. This is the first time I ever did a guy. Look, it's a guy. We did a guy for the first time ever.
I know, and like
There's no
you
children in my house.
doing it actually brings like oh shit, I should go. I'll be right behind you then.
It. I have a friend. I know this girl we met who was on here, and her book. She did really well, and her book was nothing but very happy to see you guys that were very buff. I was like, huh, maybe there's a market for that after all. Because I never thought to try it,
Well,
but
you do. I was like, oh yeah, I'm in there.
I we believe in equal opportunity fan service.
Yeah,
So if you like cute guys, cute girls, chubby girls, whatever, I don't care. We can make that work for you. That's what we're here
choices.
to do. We're here to make you happy, not discriminate.
One of the greatest creators of all time.
Wish I'm trying. I got a lot to learn still.
There are people who don't have that kind of mindset, but we're on what's this cover U and cover V, which I think is just not cosplay.
Cover U is just is it's just that they removed most of them. It's tidbits of their Scooby Doo cosplays.
Oh, I see it.
V is a throwback. We had that Brooke cover by Lyrics, who now works very heavily with Marvel, on the last run, but it was just the bikini version. This time we brought back the topless version and a topless virgin variant.
Nice.
Big shout out to SRX Nico 97, one of our team members who helped us make these new graphics. We needed some new ones to what we were using to explain how things worked were kind of it didn't look professional. So we wanted to come in here and make this look better.
Oh, everything you
My
do looks
entire
professional.
idea is that anyone who doesn't know what Kickstarter is could hop on this campaign and in 5 minutes know how to get what they want and be done with it.
I should go do this too.
I feel like it helps. I could be wrong. I've never gotten any feedback one way or the other, so I don't know. But I've always presumed like, yeah, every creator does things differently. Since I created the R and A number system that I use now. That I've noticed some other creators are now using that are way bigger than me. That are now using the same numerical system that I used and created. I'm like, hey guys, like A shout out would have been nice, thanks, but okay.
Oh, you know,
We actually
that's
added
how
some more
the
pinups
indies
to it
work.
recently.
Ooh, that's Storm.
Wow, man, I don't know how mad to be at you right now. Like I can't figure it out. Storm's not Chinese.
Storm, if you turn around, she is.
What?
Yeah, if you don't look at her.
You doesn't sound Chinese.
Oh, I don't know how they sound.
It's Jubilee from one of our girls as Jubilee, which big shout to Mitsu Blinger. She nailed that one. That's one of my favorite pinups in the entire book now. It looks really good.
Some of these pinups could be like covers too.
They are supposed to be cover quality for the most part.
They really are.
Meredith from Suck You Busted and Mei Lin from Pure Intent as Bowsette, and I never can get her name right. The main girl of Kill la Kill.
You know, I
Yoko,
just
I think.
finished that, by the way.
It's really good. I can't recommend that one enough.
I had so much fun. I was like, wow, why did I not finish it back in the day? This is fun. This is great.
It just wants to be fun. That's all it wants to do.
Yeah.
And it excels at that. And somehow the music is really good. Like I can't not hear Ragyo Kirian's theme.
There you go. Someone said it in the chat.
Yes, Ryoko. Thank you. I knew it was like start with an R. Ragyo's theme, which a friend of mine who is German thinks it's the funniest thing in the world because it's in German, but it's being sung by someone who's Japanese. And she just tells me the pronunciations are all wrong.
Oh, you know, we're not gonna get them figured out.
But have you seen Black Lagoon before?
Yeah.
It's amazing. But the episode, I watched it in Japanese, and the episode where they go to Japan and someone walks up to Remy and speaks Japanese to her. And Remy has been speaking Japanese the entire show because it's originally, voiced in Japanese. And she looks at this person and in English, and very poor English, which is great, it only makes it better, goes, "I don't speak no stinking Japanese," and then goes back to Japanese immediately. Great. Because the voice actor clearly does not speak English, and that's okay, and that makes the scene even better. Thank you. That was great. Looks at Equal Opportunity Fan Service. We got one of our demon boys here is Joker, loosely. He's just in a purple suit with green hair. That's not, you can't get me for that.
Yeah, he could be a pimp. We don't know.
He actually could be. I didn't think
is it a little bit of Gambit here?
I feel like it's just the Joker cards.
Okay. Very
like
blurred out.
Slick back would be there, like giving him a thumbs up for his outfit.
Oh yeah, it came out of my closet.
That is a new thing. We actually got requests in our fan server on Discord for posters, so we started doing a little bit more of those. And I will say the posters we get have turned out really nice. The only thing I'll tell backers about this has a separate shipping charge because the posters do not get folded into squares and put in a Gemini mailer. We put them in an actual comic tube. So there is no bending, no damage whatsoever. They are ready to slap into a hanger on your wall.
Wait, someone said that Kill la Kill was anime of the year when it was airing. Oh,
it should have been.
It you know what? I believe it. But like when I was watching it, I think I had so much going on in my life I couldn't sit down and just watch TV. So I just kind of was like, I'll get to it when I can, and then of course years later I'm like, oh, I forgot about this.
The best thing about Kill la Kill is when the creator was asked why he made the main character's outfit the way it is. His response was, "I did it so girls will cosplay it because I want to see girls wear this outfit."
You know what? That is such a G move. Like
I gotta respect the honesty. Like
I do. That's what I'm trying to do too on the low. It's funny. Great minds speak alike.
So this is one I've had. I think that may have actually hurt us. Unfortunately, is we changed Naughty to Foxxy, and we did this because if anybody keeps track of Kickstarter, there's a handful of creators who got funded, and Kickstarter processes their payments through a company called Stripe. Pretty much everybody uses Stripe to process credit card payments nowadays. They're darn near a monopoly. And Stripe has decided we don't like adult things at all because we're partnering with Wells Fargo and we believe in beacons of goodness. The same Wells Fargo that admitted to targeting poor people and minorities with bad loans to cause the housing crash. Beacons of purity.
Yeah.
Like we don't like adult stuff anymore. So a couple of creators got funded only for Stripe to deny the processing of the payments and send the money back to the backers, and the creator get nothing despite having a successful campaign. So we've talked with both Kickstarter and BackerKit about this and had both of them go over our campaign with a fine-tooth comb to make sure that we are more in the clear. That's why initially the censors were way bigger, we came back since then, and I put up small sensor versions of all the graphics. Before the campaign ends, I'll put the big sensors back up because what we think is happening, and if anybody out there knows, please tell me. What we think is happening is Stripe is having an AI scan pages, and if it flags something, then they say no payout.
Mm.
That being said, after speaking with, we've had BackerKit talk to Stripe on our behalf, and officially, nudity does not break any rules. So it's actual pornography would break a rule, not nudity. So we're going to see. That's why we used Foxxy instead of Naughty to try to, in case it gets scanned by an AI, it doesn't flag us as hard. That's the hope, at least. Maybe I'm, shooting in the dark or barking at nothing here, but that's why the sensors have changed.
I mean, you feel like it, and then you find out that like, oh, I'm actually ahead of the curve.
It's the issue is I don't want to have a campaign get funded and then they go, yeah, you can't have your money. I'm like, oh, that's cool. My artist and I don't rely on this to literally buy our groceries. Thank you. That's great. We did it. We did an honest business thing. It's not like I was out here selling crack.
Which Wells Fargo does have a small money laundering thing with as well. But I'm not gonna dive into the slander. It's just been out there for a while.
Oh, when they bought my mortgage and they sent me a thing about bank with us, and this is all these like rules about like what fees they have and stuff.
Yeah,
I had to call them to change stuff around. I was like, "Do you guys just hang upside down crosses in your office? Because there's some evil stuff right here. What's up?
this is
Like, you
super
got
evil.
pentagrams in there? Like, what are you doing?" They were not amused.
Man, I got this one. I'm so happy to get this one.
Lena did a really good job with that one. The best part is there's two other variants of that one. There's one of him in his succubus outfit, and there's a full nude. I just haven't I don't know what I'm doing with them yet. I haven't because Lena was like, "Hey, I'll do two other versions." I was like, "Oh, cool, thank you. I got to figure out what to do with these now."
Oh, perfect. Listen, my Discord DMs are open. Go ahead and shoot that to me.
I can send you the what they look like. Absolutely.
Yee-hee. That's what I'm talking about.
But if you go to our campaigns, we try to make things really easy. That R number in the upper left corner, say like you like Azumi right there. You want to get that. You can just look for everything on the right for the reward list. It's always listed by price from least to greatest. But the R number makes it just really easy to track down, especially when you go to if you're on a PC and when you go to the checkout screen now it's just this big list of all the add-ons you can get with it, and every one of our reward tiers is an add-on. You can hit Control F and just hit R11 on your keyboard and enter, and it'll take you right to it. And if you wanted you back to another cover, but you also want to get that one, boom, you can do it in like 2 seconds.
Is it showing up? It is showing up. Like okay, I had to make sure it was showing up like on the stream.
No worries. We just try to make things easy. Like, to help you guys
Yeah,
out
this
as
is
easy as
super
possible.
easy.
I don't want to make you have to figure out how
And
this works.
you're like your campaigns are so long, so this is like a very good way.
The thing is, like, I'm always afraid they're overcomplicated. But then I go look at some other campaigns of some of the big boys, and it's like I have to sit there with like an encyclopedia to read through everything they have and figure out what's actually happening.
Yeah.
And I feel like if I did that, nobody would like this anymore. It would take forever to figure it out. But that becomes a difficulty for independent creators, is that you can't ever really compare what you're doing to anybody else, especially on Kickstarter, because your audience is your determining factor. You may not have the same audience they do.
This is just $20. Oh, I'm definitely getting this one.
Oh, yeah, we Foxxy Vacations prices are intentionally lower than the other series. The reason for this is I want Foxxy Vacations to serve as a jump-on point for anybody who doesn't know who we are to hop onto our other series. Like, oh, I like this girl. She's only $20 in this cover. She looks great. What is she from? Oh, she's from this series. And then you can check out that series to actually see that character and explore their stories and other things that may go on with them.
Let's see here. This one is $4 more, but I can't put it on my shelf.
Do what I do for conventions with the naughty covers. I got a sticky note over the naughty bits.
Well, you know what? None of my kids are like ever gonna go over there and read like anything I put up. But like people come visit, and then they'll go to my shelf and they'll be like, "Oh my god, you have so much stuff!" And then I'll start going like, "Don't go to the bottom shelf. That's where like all of my mature stuff is at. Don't do it." And then they do it.
My house is full of this stuff, but luckily I have no children, and my friends who have kids do not bring them over here. I'm like, yeah, not
Oh no, it's not them. It's just like when my mom-in-law comes over, she's always curious.
Oh,
So
that'll do it.
I have to, yep, I have to like run over and go, listen, you want this one, you want this one, you want the Superman versus Muhammad Ali, you want that. You don't want to go down to the what's the lesbian brothel one that I told you about?
Yeah, that's not probably. You probably don't want to have like freaking interspecies reviewers sitting right there on the shelf.
That's actually down there too. So speaking of that, have you bought the a Super Chan brothel?
No, I found a preview of the first bit of it, and I read some of that. I have not had a chance to read.
Okay.
When Kickstarters were happening, and this time we just wrapped up Suck You Busted and immediately hopped into this one because I didn't get Suck You Busted number 3 go on Kickstarter early enough this year, so I had to rush. Like last week, my last week's schedule, because of running a Kickstarter and everything on top of that, was I was working from about noon to 7:30 a.m.
Oof.
And that's been almost every day except for yesterday was the first time I've had more free time to actually catch my breath. And then today I've got some stuff to do as a storm's about to hit my state. And then I also need to sit down and read part 1 of one of the comics that I wrote and then write the second part of it because the artist is going to be ready for that soon. And
That sounds
because
like, this is
my
good.
job is supposed to be comic writing, but that's like 5% of my job now. So I have to go back and reread things like, okay, let me check my notes, let me look at this. I think it's speaking of like the My Hero Academia cosplay right there. Those are the trading cards, by the way. We had a request for more metal trading cards, so we did a whole thing about those. Some of these are interior pinups, some of them are covers, and some of them, like the lyrics one there, is only available as a trading card.
Hmm.
Now I forgot what I was
Your
saying.
campaign ends right when my next check comes in. But I told myself I was
Well,
just gonna get what I wanted.
we are doing this time. I'm experimenting with this. I haven't done it before. We are going to be doing the late pledges that Kickstarter opened up.
Mm,
Pretty sure they opened that up to compete with Backer Kit since Backer Kit's had a lot of success on that
yep.
front. But as much as I like Backer Kit's service is amazing. Shout out to their customer service team. That being said, it is not the most fun thing in the world to sit down and recreate my entire Kickstarter again for a
No.
pre-order store. So if Backer Kit's late pledges things work out nicely, I don't have to do that anymore. So I'm going to really appreciate that.
No. Well, and I was gonna use the like late pledges thing, but because I run like an online store, I felt it was like eh, because then Kickstarter gets like another cut off of like
Oh
whatever
yeah,
you
they take their cut.
get.
They always do.
Yeah, so
Kickstarter
it's
takes
like screw
between
that.
2 to 5%.
Yeah, I rather get robbed away from Kickstarter because they already robbed me the first time.
I always tell everybody it's kind of like being a hot dog vendor on a street, but Kickstarter owns the street.
Yeah,
Or if you've ever lived in the criminal world, it's like you're on somebody's territory. You got to pay up. You made some money, cool, but you got to pay up to the next guy. And he takes that money, he pays to the next guy, and then it kind of just continues. Well, in this case, it pays up the Kickstarter, then probably pays to Uncle Sam.
yeah. Or it pays their marketing campaign to start they, like keep bringing in big publishers. There's that too.
That's definitely a thing. I don't know how they keep doing that. Kickstarter's I always thought a Kickstarter was a turnkey operation, but people who have actually like been to their office tell me no, it's really a very involved operation, and maybe it is. I
Yeah,
don't know. I
I
won't claim
guess.
to know. Kickstarter, if you're listening, I don't know, guys, but we're just here to play nice.
Don't take my money, please.
No, they're gonna take a percent. That's 10% of anything you make on Kickstarter just disappears overnight because Kickstarter takes their cut and Stripe takes their cut,
Oh
and
no,
that's
and
not
then you
including the taxes you'll pay on
the
it.
drop offs too.
You will get some of that for sure. There's
You know
drop
what?
offs and
This is off topic, but the last campaign I did for Jazz, I only had two,
that's
and
really
I was
good.
surprised. Yeah, I was like, "Whoa, everybody's paid up. This is awesome." And they were like both small pledges, so I'm like, "Yee, okay, I can miss $10. This is great."
Uh,
Of
a
course,
lot
on the
of
next one
I don't hold it
they
against
have.
anybody because life happens. Maybe a car broke down or kid needed new glasses. Like, yeah, stuff happens. I understand.
Oh yeah, no, I'm with you on that. I was just like surprised, but I do know with the volume of my marketing for Dream Match, I'm going to get a lot of people who are not used to Kickstarter, so I'll probably have a lot more drop offs.
I would love to know on like the really big people they get like 1,000 plus backers. I look like what is the drop off for that like? That's a lot of people, my guy.
It is, but and I've talked to a few who do that. A lot of them don't experience that much because all of their customers are like super loyal and really want the product, so they like stay on it. They might get drop offs from like new backers, but their like actual audience never goes away. And so
Yeah, that makes
they're always
sense
on
because
it.
once those are names that have been around for a long time, so everybody
Yeah,
they have that pseudo household nameness that they can rely upon. That makes sense.
all right. So this is the Ukraine flag here.
Yes.
You're supposed to be the most logical person on the stream.
I mean, what if I'm Ukrainian? I'm not. I've never been to Europe yet. Eventually, one day, hopefully, but not yet.
Oh, this is easy. The add-ons are very easy. Once you pledge something, it gives you a second page. But I do
Yes.
like the fact that like as much as you and me both know this and how easy it is to like understand it, there will be people that are just like square peg, round triangle hole.
There are some questions I've received before that were confusing, and I will never put anybody down. And it's important to remember, like as someone who's dating somebody who has autism, it's important to remember that you don't know who you're trying to help. I don't mean that in a mean way. What I mean is the person who backed your work might be someone who does need a little extra help. And that's okay. And we're here to do that. We're totally fine with that. We'll do what we can to help out. But you have to remind yourself that sometimes. Like, "Well, how is this not obvious?" Well, it's obvious to you, but not
Right.
everybody is the same. So,
That's
we
fair.
always try to be patient and friendly and kind to everybody. Like, okay, we'll help you out. We'll do what we can. I mean,
Oh,
when COVID happened, we had to double bag. We had to bags and board prices skyrocketed absurdly. So we ended up having to put a comic on the front and back of the board and the bag for a while. We don't do that anymore. Now it's all individual. But I did that, and I had somebody message us one time saying that they were missing half their comics. I was like, how would we have missed half the books of a guy's order? That's weird. And then he messaged us like a day later saying that he found them. They were on the other side of the board. And I'm
no.
just sitting here thinking like, did you open the package and just sling it on a table and not touch them?
Did you look?
I feel
Did you
like the weight
try?
alone would have told you that. But then at the same time, it's like, well, that's not fair because maybe there's all kind of factors that could have influenced that. Like, you know what, sir? I'm so glad you got your books. Anything else? Let us know. We're always here for you. We brought back mouse
So
pads. We got
the mouse
requested for
pad.
those
So
again.
it'll be this design and not this one.
Right. The top one's just an example of when we say they're squishy mouse pads, that's the squish.
Oh,
We've done them before. So it's a boob mouse pad.
so I'll wait till my oldest daughter gets she graduates high school next
Smart.
year. So when she graduates, I'll go ahead and grab
I
me
thought you were
one.
like 25. How's your kid that old?
If I hadn't told you, this is my wife's daughter. My older daughter is my wife's daughter. So
Oh, okay. I got you.
I'm 32 and she's 16. She turned 17 this year.
I thought your
Um,
wife was 16 for a second. I was like, oh, okay, he's the girl. Okay, yeah.
no,
So I had
no,
about to have a lot of questions. Like,
no, my no,
16 and she got a kid in high school? What? What?
no, my wife's 36. I had to do the math real fast on that. I don't know why I had to. No, so funny enough, she had her first daughter the exact same time at the exact same like actual times table. I was in high school playing Halo 3. So she came into the world right when I got that Bull Shrew achievement. And we like went back and like timed it and yeah. So that's like kind of funny.
Made me feel old. I was in high school playing Halo 3. I was like, God, I was playing Halo 2 in high school.
Oh, oh well, I mean, I was in middle school playing Halo 2. Hey, that's fair.
Long time ago. We upped our standee game. So this time the standees have a lot nicer base to them, the base being the Foxxy Vacations logo. So we have that for Renee.
Are
And
the is it like both sides have the same design or is it just like
yes,
only
yeah,
one
it's
side?
double sided.
Okay.
They are full acrylic standees. I have entire 2 shelves full of them right now of our characters. In this case,
I gotta ask you more about that.
I very much like them. They're really cool. Uh, got the idea from some other guys who make standees. They turn out really nicely. And the thing I like about them is, and anybody who looks at our campaigns will notice something very particular about all the items and stretch goals we offer. They're all flat and they're low weight, so that I can take them and put them in a Gemini mailer with your comic without damaging the comic, without needing a special box, and without increasing the weight, therefore not increasing your shipping prices.
Yeah.
Documakers, we have a few of those we've done. That's Azumi's. We we have an Azumi, we have a Benny one, we have a Rita one, and an Alice one.
Pillowcase only. Oh, this is a ripoff.
The pillow, you have to supply the pillow yourself. Because I don't know how in the world I would ship a full size body pillow. I don't know how to do that.
How about you just try your hardest? No,
No, I truly have no idea how to do this.
just,
Because
just
again, the pillowcase that fits nicely into a Gemini. Well, usually a Gemini's too small for it, but usually the bigger Gemini comic boxes they fit just nicely into, and they add additional padding for the comics because you can't really hurt the pillowcase in shipping. It
yeah.
comes in a plastic bag, so it's pretty much immune to anything. That's why it lights the package on fire. But by that point, there's nothing I could do to stop that.
I can't get that anyway.
Our newest add-on, the poster there, it is a Frank Frazetta inspired piece of Brooke, Azumi, and Benedita. That is also the back cover for this campaign. So what we did this time is our first stretch goal was that image right there becomes the back cover for Foxxy Vacations. But that back cover is only present in the first print run, meaning the run that's printed for Kickstarter gets that back cover. Any future reprints of a Foxxy Vacations 2024 issue will receive the standard back cover that was on the first issue of Foxxy Vacations. So every book on this one is exclusive because it will not be a readily available item once they're sold out. We always do the mini cover books. Those have been really popular. We always bring those back.
Is it just everything that's in the standard but smaller?
It's all the covers from this book.
Oh.
It's the naughty versions. So it's we call them Foxy now, but all the Foxy versions of the covers in a 12-page, 2.5 by 4-inch cover book. So they're very small, pocket-sized. But it's everything in there, and they're virgin artwork. So outside of the front cover there, everything else has no trade dressing on it. Those aren't familiar with it. Virgin means that like the title, company logo, the names, all that kind of stuff, issue number, those are all removed from the image, and it becomes what they call virgin, meaning that it has no graphic on it whatsoever. It's just the pure artwork. And if it's more confusing, the graphics for like the book logo, company logo, all that's called trade dress. So virgin means none of that is there. You're getting just the pure, unfiltered artwork right to your face.
Now I'm trying to think. Should I have just got this instead? Nah, nope, not at all. Okay, because I still want to see the other pinup stuff too.
We've done quite a few bit with that this time.
And then this is the earlier vacation. Oh man, this is all the vacations.
It's Foxxy Vacation 2022. Some of those covers are marked down from usual price. Turns out we had a little bit of a surplus in inventory, so we're trying to hey, our surplus is your benefit.
See, this is a great person to buy books from.
Mr. Suzumi has been one of our most popular series so far. We do not have that book in digital because Azumi has been looking at for a while now. We were going to do Patreon for a Mr. Azumi and Friends Patreon, but Patreon also processes through Stripe, and they are starting to crack down on people who draw naughtier stuff.
Yep.
We're waiting to see what happens with that now. Like, well, what do we do now? It's possible that she'll use an OnlyFans or Fansly or one of those for Azumi and Friends. It will not be an official Astral Ticket property. It'll be Azumi's thing, but we'll see what happens. We're still trying to see what's going to go on with all this credit card processing shenanigans. That's why that hasn't been in digital yet.
It is just straight shenanigans.
I don't understand the war on consensual lewd stuff. I really don't get it. No. First off, all these characters are fictional. They're not real. And my rule to my artist is any character who shows up in naughty content must appear 23 years of age or older. So, yeah, these are all fictional adult characters. Why would someone care?
And then Succubus is a sleeper hit. I like it a lot.
It's our most popular series. It's our current flagship, with issue 3 having dropped earlier this year. Issue 3 will be on our website in the near future. I just have to sit down and actually add it. I will tell everybody that with all the covers we do, because of the rise in costs, which have happened dramatically now in the comic industry, most of our covers are now first print run only. That means that outside of the A cover, the B cover, and one or two of the others, once they sell out from what we order for to cover a Kickstarter order, they are gone forever. We do not do them again.
So I
Most of them.
highly recommend everybody right now go get the Succubus A15 right here.
Yeah, Aura did a really good job on that one. That one is also likely not going back into print. So once that one's sold out from our inventory, it is gone forever. Most likely. I have to look at the numbers. I have documents that tell me what to
do. You got the AI that you have to like make first.
No, I don't use AI for that. It's not anything like that. What I use is just I have spreadsheets among spreadsheets that tell me, hey, do this at this time, do this. Hey, keep in mind of this. This costs this right now. What is it now? Hey, by this day, this was doing this. Like, it's just a bunch of data thrown together to help me figure out what I can and can't do and how realistically I need to be about it.
Right. And then there's Cremisi, which
Yep.
if Fox hasn't said it yet, he just put Crystal Incorporated will be on the next Cremisi book.
Sure, because I don't know when the next one's going to be. Cremisi will return with issue number 6, which will be we call it Cremisi 2 number 1. But it is written, but it is not currently in production. The artists are all tied up on other things. Everybody on my team is beyond bogged down with things to do. We have a new flagship series coming out next year, so that's been a significant amount of my focus.
Which is the Manticore?
Yes, that is Manticore.
Hey, I remember. Look at me go.
So I'm very, very much looking forward to that book. That book will have issue 1 of it has covers from Demon Lord Dante and Cute Sexy Robots and Eric Chen and some other extremely noteworthy artists. We kind of went all out on that one. Pure Intent, my next Kickstarter will be Pure Intent number 3, which will be coupled with Mr. Suzumi's Adult Lessons number 3. Pure Intent 3 is the last issue in that story. So this will be the last time you will see Koru in the Pure Intent story. It also has a 10-year time. I won't get too hard on myself. Has a 10-year time skip. We had to add this. I feel kind of bad about it, but it's because I've had a couple backers will message me like a year or plus after a campaign saying, hey, I didn't get my package. And I'll look at it and go, yeah, you didn't fill out your survey. And we sent you emails and direct messages. I even texted a guy once to do it. Like, hey, man, you fill out your stuff. You spent a lot of money. Can you? I don't have a place to send this to. And we don't get responses. It's like, well, not to be mean, but that's on you.
Yeah.
It's been a year and I've tried everything feasible to get a hold of you to say, hey, man, you spent money. Tell me where to send it. And you didn't tell me. I can't. And usually our usual policy is after 6 months after fulfillment, we'll sell anything off. So that's not a big deal for regular covers. Well, it is now because we don't print as many as we used to. But metals, hollow foil, stuff like that, we don't order a big excess of those. We only order 1 or 2 extras of those of what we actually sold. So when that happens, we don't keep them. We after 6 months, we'll sell them off to either conventions or special orders.
I might
probably
have to copy and paste this myself.
Do what?
No, I might. Well, see, other people take from your campaigns and then don't ever credit you. I might take take this part and use it myself because I
stole it too. Don't feel bad.
Oh, damn it. Then you get half credit just because you have it here.
I stole the idea from Common America.
Oh damn.
They're I want to be the number 1 anime inspired publisher in the West. No, it's Common America. They're very good at what they do. And from what I've seen, they run a very tight ship and a very good ship. So I have nothing negative to say about them whatsoever. But they had this kind of warning, like, hey, if you don't fill out your stuff, we're not liable. And I was like, you know what? I like that because we want to give you your stuff, But if you contact me 2 years later saying I never got this book, I'm like, well, man, like sent you all this stuff to try to get you to respond to it, and you didn't do it. What do you want me to do?
Right. No, Common America is really good because they realize something that I just realized in the last 2 months. When you make manga or manga inspired stuff, your very next step is to not sell it in America, like priority wise, is to sell it back to Japan.
I
And
don't know because colleague I've had when I first started this, I asked some colleagues of mine in Tokyo who work in the anime industry if I should label this as manga, and it was a resounding no from all of them. Like, do not do that. We don't like things called that aren't from us. I'm like, okay, cool. I won't do it. But I've had other people tell me they've had luck doing that. So I don't know. I Japan's a hard market to get into for an indie from the West. I think in my entire time doing this, I've only had like 3 or 4 backers from Japan. I'll get It's a different market altogether, and I also don't speak Japanese very well at all, and I absolutely cannot read it, so I can't translate to it
oh
without
no.
hiring a translator. And I would not use AI for this role, just to clarify. I would actually pay somebody.
So how this works is that in Japan they have a much bigger uh dojin market, which is the like indie manga
Yeah, those are
community.
your
And
indie
so
manga.
when you make
Jinshi.
those, they are more they are more interested into getting those in any which way that they can can get them. So when you're like me, that is a much better platform than trying to fight the non-existent culture war amongst people who live here. Because like overseas, they want us to basically make the stuff because all they want to do is like increase their libraries. Like they don't care how. And it's not just Japan. You could do it in France. France has a very good manga history.
France is a massive comic, anime, and manga
Yeah.
mecca to begin with. People don't I
Yes.
think a lot of Westerners don't know that, but France produces probably one of, if not the second highest amount of manga beyond Japan,
Yeah.
and they're probably in the top 3 or 5 for comic production as well.
Yes. So when I got in there, I was trying to just sell things in the US and I found so many walls just trying to just like thrive amongst other comics because when you start talking about I make this, I make that, um there's like a a language barrier that like does not it should not exist, but it does. So just recently, and this is something that I'll tell you like more of in private, but just recently I started to move on to Japanese settings in places, and I had gotten a much better reception than I've ever gotten through
Hmm.
Kickstarter or anything. Matter of fact, I think Japan's trying to make their own version of Kickstarter, or at least there's been talks of it in the last few months. But if that
That
goes
wouldn't
off,
surprise me. I
yeah,
do see there are Kickstarters that are from Japan on Kickstarter, uh, but I I'm willing to bet that Kickstarter is a primarily English dominated platform.
yeah.
I don't
So
have the numbers to support that. This is just a rough estimate or a guess. If I'm wrong, someone please do tell me.
well, it's either I mean English and well, yeah, no English, but
For
yeah,
some
it is.
reason, it always wants to translate into either Italian, Spanish, German, or Japanese for me. Sometimes French for me.
Yeah.
Every time I look Kickstarter, it goes, "Hey, you want to translate these languages?" Like, why do you think I would do that? You
Well,
know,
because those are the people that are like, boy, I wish we had our own version of this,
what you're
but we're
saying is
here.
just move to Japan and make a Japanese Kickstarter and just sit back and make money.
Oh, you would. They're trying to figure that out right now, based off of like what Kickstarter and other crowdfunding places are doing. So if that goes off, I'll never touch Kickstarter ever again, just
What I'm
because
curious of,
of the market over there.
I'd be curious to know how it is culturally. Kickstarter makes perfect sense in American culture.
Right.
What I've always told my artists is this. I'm like, they ask a question about America. I'm like, look, America, we're the best at one very, very, very important thing: making money. We're the best businessmen on the planet. Doesn't matter what it is. We Americans can find a way to make a business out of it. We're just good at that, and our culture promotes that kind of ideology. It promotes going into business and trying to make products or sales or whatever.
Right.
It's not that same way in every culture, though. So I'm curious as to how that would impact things or how that would transfer over. And I see someone said Bloodstained to My Number 9. Yeah, those did well on Kickstarter. That's why they came to Kickstarter. Despite My Number 9
Oh
having
yeah,
some mixed results, but it definitely made good money on Kickstarter.
it did. Yeah, I just wish that the products were a lot better.
I think that was a case of the individuals involved were professionals. They knew how to make video games. They didn't know how to make independent video games.
Yeah, I agree.
And when you don't have a big studio looking over you, things are different. And you have to take a lot more things into account. And the best thing to do is to under promise, shoot low when you're doing it for yourself.
Right.
You can't be like, I mean, let's, as much as we don't like them, big companies like EA or Ubisoft, big boy Sega, Nintendo, they can come out and be like, oh, there's all these crazy features we're going to put in this game. And they can do it because they have the budget and the manpower and etc. But when even if you are someone who's worked in an industry for a long time, you now are by yourself. You have a small team. Your budget is extremely finite. You can't just pull people from other parts of the company to come speed this up because they don't exist. So go small. Shenmue 3 is a great example of that.
Yeah, it
So
is.
the guy in charge of Shenmue says he doesn't play video games. Well, if I was going to make something, I'd probably involve myself in that world first. We have 3 stretch goals unlocked, I think. Yeah, 3 up
Yeah,
to 11,000. The next one is a trading card that is signed by Yuffie. She is Krius's mascot. Krius is the one who's our chief colorist and one of our main artists. He's amazing.
oh, digitally signed. Okay, so we're all gonna get it.
Yeah,
Regardless.
well, she's signed the card, and it will
Okay.
print with her signature on it. And the last one is an extremely Foxxy Vacations postcard, which we'll see if we hit it. I don't know. So this has been a very different campaign from what we're used to. Moving a lot slower than normal. But again, the environment of the country right now, not terribly surprised. It's okay. We'll see. Keep doing our best, anyways.
And
One of
then
your
like
comments, I
always,
wish. Go ahead.
you're no well, and like always, there it says risk and challenges, but I'll let you go. I'll let you guys know right now there is not really a risk.
No,
Um, if anything were to come up, you would hear about it like ASAP. So
we.
you
Oh,
can
I'll
trust
give
us.
you. I'll give an example of this right now. First off, risks with us are almost zero because anytime we go to Kickstarter, the book is done. We don't go to Kickstarter unless that book is ready to launch to the printers the day of the launch. Period. There is no exception to that. There might be a cover or two that's not finished yet. That happens sometimes because artists get bogged down, whatever. The book itself is done. We don't come to Kickstarter unless it is done. And as far as challenges and how we communicate with our backers, we had it several years ago before I knew AI was even a thing. An artist we had worked with, it turned out he was stealing other artists' art and modifying it in such a way he knew what he was doing. Where my scanners for AI and other things didn't pick up anything. Wouldn't find any Google searches wouldn't find relevant images, and the scanners we use didn't find anything wrong with it because he wasn't really using AI. He was scanning somebody else's image and then just modifying it. But he knew how to modify it just enough where it would never get pinged on any search. And it just so happened one day when I logged onto Facebook on the company account, I just so happened to see somebody post a cover that looked of my Shiranui that looked just like one of my covers. And I messaged this guy going, "Hey man, can you explain what this is?" And within 10 minutes of that email, every single one of his social media accounts disappeared. He nuked everything he had. He knew what he had done. Within an hour of me learning that, we put out an update to all backers on the campaign we had just done, Succubus number 2, and we told them what had happened. We had no idea this was a thing. We contacted every artist we could find that he ripped off and told them about it. And we offered the backers in that campaign for the cover that he had done a refund on that cover. And the books were already printing. I couldn't stop it. So there's nothing I could do about it. But I told them if you bought that book and with his cover, because this is an illegitimate cover, we didn't know that, I will refund you on it if you want, and you're still going to get the physical book because it's already printing. I can't stop it, but you're going to get what I promised you anyways. But we will never print these again. And the ones that I have left over that this person did, I now give away as free readers copies with a big RC written on the corner, so that it's obvious that it's not a sale copy. And we pull them from our website. We don't sell them. We don't make any money off of those whatsoever now. That's what we do with our customers and how we treat our stuff.
This is why Fox.
I still feel bad because I didn't know. I legitimately had no idea this guy was doing that. Because within an hour of me finding out, everybody else knew too.
Oh wait, did you just get backers? You did.
I must have, because I was looking at like, did the number go down? No, it went up. We went.
It went up.
Yay! Thank you, everybody.
If you back the book, say so in the comments real fast.
If you back this, Chris Stye will come to your house and he will gently stroke your head.
I will. I have nothing to do.
You open the door and God just pets your head for a minute and walks off. Like, that would be terrifying. Like, I'm about to be. This is a serial killing about to happen. I need to call the police or something. I don't know.
No, just let it happen. What do I have? Okay, so I am. Oh wait, no, mine. Oh, wait, no, I'm good because I got the early backer number amount because I got the good cover, the best cover. I'm
a fan of all of them for various reasons.
I have to go back and add. Okay, so let me keep this up because I'm gonna do it right after this stream's over.
Thank you. And anybody who does the supports, not just me, but anybody who's an indie comic creator, thank you. As much as we all like Marvel and DC, and I'll admit I'm a big DC fan. I'm a big X-Men fan.
Yeah.
I love reading Batman. I love a good X-Men story. But when you buy those comics, Disney and Warner Brothers aren't going to notice it. But when you buy just a $5 book or a $10 book, whatever, from some of Kickstarter or our websites, you are actively putting food on our tables and feeding our families and taking care of our artists. So thank you for that. Even if you don't back me, you back anybody on Kickstarter. Thank you for that.
I love to give you food. I was told I need to start doing this thing whenever I do these things because I am missing out on supposedly viable time. So just give me a second real quick. So if you just got to see the Foxxy Vacations 2024 Kickstarter, I'm not pull it back up one more time. Oh no, not yet. Let me not.
Oh my god.
Let me not, because I was in the manage my pledge screen and I was like, oh shit, they're gonna see something.
Yeah, you give with that stuff. We have it where the name that my Kickstarter is registered to is my CFO. It's not me. So we get messages all the time directed to him. And if I launch the campaign, it says his name, and he doesn't really want people to see his name. Yeah. So I had to when we do the launches now, I don't stream the actual page until it's launched because of that. He doesn't want people to see it. Let me take care of this for you guys. I'm sorry.
Right. No worries. So once again, here it is. He's at 13,000.
Very grateful for that. Thank you, everybody.
Fox deserves so much more. Just for the fact that his campaign is probably, out of all the ones that I've seen, the most educationally sound and easier to move around and digest. And you also have exactly. So go ahead.
It's this weird thing where I'm very grateful. It's when I'm doing a campaign, every time I see that number go up, I literally bow to my computer and say thank you. I'm so grateful for people doing this and helping keep us alive and making we don't have to do the more unpleasant jobs of life.
Let's get Isaac Fox to have a headache right now. I want to see more pledges happen while we're talking. It's just a bunch of bowing happening.
Oh, that's happened. That has happened. It's
most likely. Well, I mean, it'll because you're August 22nd, so you got some days.
We have a good bit of time.
Okay, yeah, definitely what happened.
It doesn't. Kickstarter does this very nefarious thing to you, where you look at it and you feel like, oh no, the world is ending. I gotta do something. And you have 20 days left. You're good. Just breathe. Because what happens? Every Kickstarter follows the same ebb and flow almost every time. It's a roller coaster. You start off and it's really fast, and then it slows down. And then it roller coasters up and down for a couple days, more a couple weeks, and then you get to the end and you take and it speeds off again.
Yeah,
And the problem is you're going to run into after about 5 to 8 days into your campaign where there's nothing more you can actually do. You've already hit all the social media. You've already hit all your emails. You've already hit your email list, your backer count. You've already hit all that. You can't just keep harping on people because then they're going to hate you. So what do? And the answer is nothing.
he's
You
not
do
lying.
nothing.
He's super not lying.
It's did you ever watch Avatar: Last Airbender?
Yeah.
The scene where Aang comes back and Boomy's in the cage. And Boomy's like, why don't you break out, Boomy? And he's like, because there's a kind of energy of neutral energy where you do nothing. And that's what it's called. Sometimes that's called for.
Yeah.
And it's that. It's those times where just doing nothing is the best response.
Yeah, because
And that is a very hard concept to get it.
You don't want to like, over exert on something that you have no control of.
You also don't want to anger people. So if you just send out a new email to your whole list every day, they're just going to unsubscribe. They're going to be annoyed.
Which I
And
have
I don't blame
already.
them. I would. The best thing to do if you is back other campaigns. Plus, I'll openly state this right now. I do back Kickstarters, and if you're on Kickstarter and I go look at your book or whatever you have, I don't care how cool it is. If it says you've backed 0 campaigns, I immediately jump off your page. We're done.
What? That's what they told me to do last year, and I didn't get it until the end of last year. Like, oh yeah, no, I do the same thing.
You can't be in a community you don't support. Not gonna do that. You can't show up to play Indiana. You can't show up to play for the Pacers and say I'm gonna wear a Bulls jersey today. Not when you play for the Pacers, bro. You playing for the Pacers, you gotta wear a Pacers jersey. It's like that.
It's 100%. Let me just really quick while we're here.
I love that.
As
we've
really good. I you know what, I have all the covers except for the base one. I'll show you those. I'll trade you. Show me the nudie sucky by
Road to
man.
the Incubus. Yeah, I can do that right now.
Yeah. So while we're here, I was told like whenever I do these things, I should also be showing something I'm doing. Yes. And I was like, but I like to show people. And then they was like, you're an idiot. So
look, there's no I in team, but there is a me.
Yeah. This is me time. So you just seen Foxxy. Definitely go grab that. Just want to kind of give you guys a small reminder that Dream Match Revolution is coming out fall 2024. And I'm just saying it fall 20 because I don't know if it's going to be September or October. Most likely September. So by the mid time of September next month, the campaign should be ready. But definitely, if you liked jazz, you're not wrong to assume that this is going to be something like that. So it's made by the same team. So we got awesome covers. We have a very fun story. It's also T-rated because if I haven't said it too much on Twitter, I'm working with a couple of people who wrestle in the indie spaces, and I'm also working with a writer who writes columns for WWE, AEW, and whatnot. So I have to follow what the big shots do on the TVs, or else we can't work together. So no nudity, none of that. I do apologize. There will be suggestive things and whatnot, but other than that, very fun story coming out the way. So if you like wrestling, get it. If you like to see progressively strong women, get it. Multifaceted characters, get it. Or just me and Ash, then just go ahead and get it. But definitely coming out pretty soon, so keep your eye on it. And that'll be it. So, Fox, do you have anything that you want to add about the campaign, about
Kickstarter? What you need to
do,
man? You need to have like at the bottom of your campaign page, like take like your young. How old's your youngest?
She just turned 6.
All right, yeah, take her, put some, take some old clothes and throw them in the dirt a little bit, tear them up, put them on her, a little bit of dirt on her face, and have her hold up a sign saying, "Buy this so I can eat tonight." Just do, it's what all the companies do with this with the stupid. You have to donate to this charity during your checkout. Why? So you can donate my money and get a tax rebate? No, I'll donate it myself and I'll get the tax rebate and
That's
do a
so
good thing.
because so many people had told me to go do that when they found out that I had kids, and I was like, man, I don't know, because people on Kickstarter don't have a heart.
I,
They don't care.
I've done it with one of my cats. I took an old comic board and wrote on it like, "Thank you for supporting us. Now I can eat tonight." Signed, Nibble, the comic eating cat. And as I go take the picture, she starts eating the board. And I'm like, perfect, thank you, child. This is great.
That's the way to do it. No, when Ash had when Ash was diagnosed with breast cancer a few months ago, people assumed that I was trying to use it for my campaign, and I got so pissed off. Like it was in like DMs, and people were like, "That's kind of weird. Like I don't know, I don't like that angle." And I was like, "What angle?" It was like, "You're doing some type of like cancer thing," and I was like, "No, I'm not. She really has breast cancer. What the fuck?" So me and those people don't talk anymore.
You replied like, "Yeah, I'm trying to spread cancer. You mean awareness? No, cancer itself. I want you to have it.
Here, I want you to just hold on to it for a little bit. Have a mastectomy. It's fine.
Here's 10 packs of cigarettes. Smoke these in one day, right here. Come on."
Well, so while I was yelling at people about that, I had no idea that there were people that were doing things like that in the spaces.
There's a lot of people who do that.
Yeah,
Isn't that one of the big like I don't follow like I basically live on so because I now do this job full time, I basically live under a rock and I don't keep my ear on any kind of news whatsoever. And if you're out there, I promise you, turning the news off and just not listening to any like announcements will make your life so much better. You'll be way happier because it's all just a bunch of stupid negativity that you can't control anyways.
right.
So I wouldn't know. I've heard that one of the big YouTubers has been caught doing something kind of like that, and that a couple of
Oh,
them have come out and lied about they had cancer or friends had cancer or
why
donating
do
to
I know?
charity.
Why do I know who it is?
There's a
Yeah.
couple of them that have recently been caught doing it. I'm just like, aren't you guys already millionaires? Why do you need to do that? You're already rich.
Well, they're rich because they've been lying.
Yeah, good point. Just honest
Boogie,
does not make
whatever his
money.
name is, this is like really big dude who is popular on YouTube for some reason over like the last 15. I have no idea wwhy he's popular, but
I don't get why a lot of them
recently,
are popular.
yeah, and so recently he from what I remember, because I don't follow him, but for some odd reason I know this shit. Um, Recently he went away for a little bit, and he came back and was like, "Oh, I had cancer, but like everything's fine." And so people were like, "Okay, well then show the diagnostic paperwork, and then we'll call it a day." And there's nothing on the paperwork that would ever dox him. It would just be like a accredited doctor would say, "Hey, this thing happened," and it's just like he didn't do it. He did not do it. So yeah,
It seems
that's
it's
it.
that, and now everybody who's in entertainment is getting busted for a cheese pizza. Just sitting here going, why?
Which pizza?
Why? Wait, do you know what that stands for? Because if I say it, it's gonna get your video
Oh
flagged.
yeah.
That's the nice way of saying it
It
so
is.
the YouTube censors don't flag you for saying it because
Dang. Yeah,
so many people like,
I
I'm
don't
just getting
know.
busted for that now, and I'm just like, why do you guys do this?
I don't
Some of you
know.
are married with children, and you're making millions off of your streaming or your YouTube and stuff. Why? I
Well,
don't
that's
understand.
like with Jarrett from Subway and his business partner when they were doing that up here, actually up in my town.
Do you watch Smiling Friends?
No, I have not.
They had an episode where they make fun of that. It was great. Yeah, I don't get that guy either. Like you're making all this money and like everything is set for you. The only thing you have to do is not screw it up. And like the Rick and Morty guy that did that. I'm like, dude,
Yeah,
you have it. Him especially, I'm especially mad at. 'Cause, like, dude, you achieve what all of us are trying to achieve. You got a show on TV and all that, but it's popular. It's got a rabid following.
right.
And you said, "Nah, I don't need that. I just want to do this really, really evil thing instead and throw my entire life away." Like,
And then blame us for it. I can
this
get
is
it.
gonna sound terrible, but if you're that rich, and that's what you're into, you could literally just pay someone who is over the age of 18 who dress and act like they're not, and it's totally legal in some states. But then again, you're rich, so it would be legal anyways because rich guys don't get in trouble. So just why don't you just do that?
Right. Because thinking is too hard.
Apparently, I don't get it. Yeah, and
I almost-
Falcon is right that there's been a lot of manga people who got busted for that, like the guy that made Rurouni Kenshin.
Yeah, I was trying to forget that. Damn, that's true. He did.
I have not watched the remake of Kenshin, and I don't know if I can after knowing that. I'm like, this. I don't remember Kenshin having anything weird in it, but still, unlike
It
Rick
didn't.
and Morty, where I noticed that Summer was in a lot of, she's supposed to be like what 17, 16. She's in a lot of very questionable scenes in the first couple seasons.
Yeah,
Watching that the whole time, watching that with my partner, and I'm like, isn't she like underage? Why is they putting her in that outfit? That'd be like putting Maggie or like Lisa Simpson in that. That's not what are you doing?
just doing whatever they wanted to do and thought that there was no consequences because there's creative freedom.
I mean, I will sit here to my dying breath and I will defend that you have the right as a creator to your vision. And the example I use is a very extreme one. So anybody listening, please hear me out. If your vision for your story is that Hitler saves the earth from invading Martian Jews, I believe you have the right to create that vision. At the same time, you also have the right to any praise or scrutiny that comes from that vision.
That comes with it.
So when people come to burn your house down for making Hitler saves the world from space invading Jews, I'm not going to feel bad for you. But I will say you had the right to make it.
There's been an update on your Kickstarter.
Thank you.
Oh no,
Make an old man cry here.
It's from me.
You gonna make an old man cry? Thank you, man.
I told y'all I was gonna change my pledge because now I
have to back David Byrne's campaign. You just reminded me. Thank you, and yours when yours comes out. I will be one of the first backers on that as well.
I need to send you all these covers then. Oh wow, no, yeah, these could have definitely been.
I don't want to do them yet. I'm debating on where they're going to come out. I haven't decided.
Man,
why can I not type today?
You should, yeah, no. So if these ones come out, I'll throw them in my closet. But I'm gonna get them. Oh man, but yeah.
Why did they update Facebook to make it worse?
Again?
The messenger does not work for me at all anymore. Now it goes can't send or need to resync.
It's because they're probably getting another DDoS. Yeah, I'm not able to even like look at my notifications.
That happens. The problem we get is the messages. Like one of our artists only communicates via Facebook Messenger, and I sometimes send her a message like, "Hey, can we check on this?" And I can't get a response because my messages aren't going through. Like, why? Why do you do this? Like, who? You guys can afford developers. I know you can.
Oh no, they can, but they're gonna outsource them to like Haiti or something.
They're gonna they're gonna outsource where they can get the absolute lowest price. That's just what they do.
Yeah, and those people don't have the best interests at heart for the Americans.
No, that's why I always point out that our comics are made in America. We print them in the United States. They come from Arizona.
Yeah.
Print them
all right, guys. With that being said, thank you guys for hanging out with us and talking with Isaac Fox of Astral Ticket. I have it on the screen here. Foxxy Vacations 2024. I just redid my pledge. I need this number to go up. So if you're watching,
I do too. My life
definitely hit this up. See, do you not want to feed this man's cat? It's over eating signs. Can you believe that?
They need food.
There you go.
They're always hungry eternally because they're cats.
I'll leave you guys with this. A lot of people forgot that I do like content like this. I do it so rarely now. Like I used to ask people like all the time, "Hey, can I get you on my show?" And then it became so much of a quid pro quo. I was like, "Never mind. I'll never ask again." So if you ask me instead, the answer will always be yes. So don't ever feel like I don't know if he'll just take me. I'll interview anything. I'll look at anything. So I'm always open. Fox, thank you for coming over here and
Thank you for having me. I really
fighting
appreciate it.
sleep to do this with me. For the rest of you guys, enjoy your Sunday, and I don't know. Monday's tomorrow. I should never have said that. All right, goodbye.